The late American Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld famously said that there were 3 types of knowledge in war: known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns. That is, things that we know, things that we don't know, and things that we don't even know that we don't know. But there is a 4th type of war knowledge: known unknowns. That is, things we think we know that in fact we do not know. And when it comes to the war in Ukraine, it is that 4th kind of knowledge that we are all full of. Everyone knows, for instance, about the Ghost of Kyiv, the ace fighter pilot who shot down 5, maybe even 7 Russian fighter jets on just the first day of fighting. We know about him because we read about him on social media. We even saw videos of his heroics in the sky. Except we didn't. The video isn't real. The airplane isn't even real. It's a cartoon from a digital combat video game. Everyone knows, for instance, that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is not only refusing to flee or surrender, but is actually fighting on the front lines. We know this because we've all seen the photos of him wearing combat fatigues, gun in tote. Except the photo isn't from last week. It's actually from months ago and a long way from Kiev. Here we go, Reuters fact check. Everyone knows about the 13 brave sailors guarding Snake Island who refused to back down to a Russian ship, whose final words to the Russians were, "Go F yourself," before all 13 were killed. We know this because we saw the video. See, as the Russian warship comes up, this is the Russian warship. I repeat, I suggest you surrender your weapons and capitulate. Otherwise, I will open fire. Do you copy? Okay, and then so you're just seeing this on the island, and you're hearing this audio. The Ukrainian said, "This is it. Should I tell him to go F himself? Just in case." Turns up the volume. Russian warship, go F yourself. And then we were told they were all killed. But what a way to go out. We saw that happen, except we didn't. It turns out the sailors, happily, were probably not killed, but captured, as even the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry now admits. None of this is to take away from the bravery of the Ukrainians. Those sailors, they seem like pretty tough dudes, okay, regardless of whether they were killed or captured. The Ukrainian servicemen, the civilians, and President Zelensky himself are all demonstrating immense bravery. But most of the stories you're hearing right now about this war seem incredible, precisely because they are not credible. They are the product of dueling propaganda machines, with both sides going into overdrive to spin the best yarns to help their side. This war is unlike anything we've seen in my lifetime. It occurred to me a couple of nights ago that this is the first major war in my lifetime to take place between civilized nations. And it's all the more frightening because our political elite in the West did not believe it could actually happen. I'm so glad you liked that clip. You know, by the way, if you want to watch me compete against the big boss himself, Ben Shapiro, we've got a new episode of Face Off, Famous Dead Guys Edition. Well, listen, I've gone up against Dave Rubin. I've gone up against Matt Walsh. Now I'm going up against Ben himself. The results, I don't want to spoil anything. The results might surprise you. Go check out that episode. Go subscribe to the Michael Knowles Show at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. We will see you next time.